Okay. So I actually did something wrong earlier. Um, Wanted to let you know. If you, as you can see here, the map file, which is map cycle server1.cfg, and the motd file, they're right now they're under cstrike. So you might actually, so we're gonna have to move that to. That was my mistake actually. When you create this file, make sure that they're under cfg folder. I'm just gonna move those to cfg. And if we look at CFG, we have those files and server1.cfg, and looks like we're ready to go. And let's just run the server. Oh, come on. Okay, there you go. Running the server. And it loads everything. No errors this time. And public IP is this. Anonymous game server. VAX secure mode is activated. Now I'm going to open up my Counter-Strike game. Whoops. Okay. I'm gonna promote that just in case. Okay. The way to connect the server is you go to find servers and then connect. Add a server and then put in the IP address, which in my case is 23.87. For the port is 27015 that we opened earlier. That we had set up earlier. And add this server to favorites. And once you refresh the page, it tells you that, this is the host name that we set up earlier, Current's awesome CS server. And the game is Counter-Strike, number of players 0 out of 14. The default map is Day Dust, 50. Latency is 50. And as you can see, this is pretty good because, I'm on the same network right now, so that's probably why. I'm going to connect to that server. And this console right here, it tells you that accused.sinner, that's my username for Steam. If you want to add me, go right ahead. Steam user ID validated. It basically echoes the log information on the consoles because we set it up earlier. And on the right hand side, this welcome to my 24/7 awesome server is the message of the day that we set up earlier. So there you have it. And click on OK. When you select, okay, I'm gonna do something here. When you select CT, I want you to take a look at the console. It says Sinner joins team CT. So it basically tells you all the logs and, basically, yep. And it says game will not start until both teams have players. But that's fine because we're not gonna play. We need to have at least 2 players. I'm gonna disconnect from the server. Disconnect, and when you disconnect, you see all these. Teams TCT scored 0. It's 0 players. Team Terrorist scored 0. It's 0 players. Round end and disconnected from server. That's basically it on how to, create a server and play the game. Change the settings if you have to. And one last thing I want to go over is, I mentioned earlier that if you go to Steam CMD, every time there's an update, it's probably a good idea to update using basically update your server files because you don't want to have outdated server files. So if you want to do that automatically, what you can do is you can set a cron job. What that does is, I already set this up, but okay. The way to get to the cron, the way to edit the cron jobs is you do cron tab -E and you select your editor from these options. I'm going to do nano. Basically add at reboot. What this does is every time this server is rebooted, it automatically updates the server files and does that for you, so you don't have to do it every freaking time. And let's see here, what else?